Hi and welcome. This cybersecurity news was published by the Hacker News on 3rd November 2018, and basically they have mentioned of a side channel attack which is existed in Intel's CPU. Now, a side channel attack is a channel of communicating the information from a system which is actually not intended by the developer or by the vendor of this system. So this is actually a covert channel of communicating the information out from a system or leaking the information from a system. Now this is the title of this news, and this is the date, and this is the website. So the security researcher team found this serious side channel attack vulnerabilities in Intel's CPU, and this allows attacker to sniff out the data from, for example, the passwords and cryptographic keys from a process by running a malicious process aside this process in the same CPU core. Now, actually, this vulnerability, the title is port smash, and this is the common vulnerability and exposure ID. So it actually exploit the simultaneous multi-thread feature on this Intel CPU, and this feature is also called SMT feature. So earlier this year, these vulnerabilities were discovered. They were also the side channel attack vulnerabilities. Now, actually, the researchers from the Tampere University of Technology in Finland and Technical University of Havana, Cuba, they have discovered this vulnerability in the Intel's hyper threading technology, or SMT feature. So they say that this SMT feature works by splitting up a physical core of a process into virtual cores. Now, these virtual cores are known as threads, and therefore it lets to run two instruction stream on one physical core. So one physical core is running two instruction stream, and if one instruction stream is malicious one, then it can leak, or it can sniff the data of the legitimate stream on the same CPU core. So actually, ideally, there should be two independent processes or two independent threads, but they are not, and therefore the one process is leaking, or is is looking at what other process is doing. So this is actually CPU micro architecture attack vector, and it is due to the execution engine sharing on simultaneous multi-thread feature or hyper-threading architecture, and they have detected this this port contention, and then they constructed a time side channel to exfiltrate data from one process by using a malicious process on the same physical core. So they say that they have published a POC, or proof of concept, on GitHub about this vulnerability or port smash attack, and they used or hack the cryptographic library of OpenSSL 1.1. So they use this library in their proof of concept, and they steal the private decryption key of this OpenSSL library. So actually, this OpenSSL library was run in the same physical core as one thread, and the other thread was malicious one, which leaked this private decryption key of this OpenSSL thread. So they say that earlier this year, these vulnerabilities were also related to this side channel attack were revealed, and the main thing the user are advised is to disable this SMT or hyper threading in all Intel's CPUs, because actually this feature is exploiting the shared resource, the security of shared resource. So once you disable this feature, the resources will not be shared among two threads on the same physical core. So researchers leaked this vulnerability earlier this year to the Intel security team, but Intel security team said that they will provide the patch until 1st November, and now they have leaked this information about this POC, and they will also publish a detailed paper with this title, for contention for fun and profit, later on. So the simple fix is to disable this feature in all CPU chips or BIOS until the patch released by the vendor. And the OpenSSL users can upgrade their OpenSSL to this version, which is not affected by this vulnerability. So these are the details of this vulnerability on Nmap, which is a network mapping tool. And then this is the proof of concept they have published. These are the prereq for this setup, and they used actually or the hack the private keys of OpenSSL 1.1 version. And these are the tools required for this proof of concept they used. And this is the mitigation they have recommended to disable the simultaneous multi-thread feature in all Intel's CPU. And these were the vulnerabilities or the side channel attack detected earlier this year. This was in July, and this one in May, and this one was in January. So this is all from my side. Please, I have put in all the links in the description below. Please stay connected to my channel for similar news. Thank you.